Arai Guma by Marc Yamaguchi. Chapter 7, Ray, Part 2. Ray would have made it home sooner, but he had slowed down to examine the wild shrubbery poking through the fences of the alley. "Ray!" said the voice above him, which was so startling he fell back in submission. Rachel emerged from her cloak of darkness and stepped into the light cast by the lamppost. "Oh, jeez, Rachel, I almost shit myself. What are you doing here?" "You heard Mother. No more spying on me." Ray would have gone on, but Rachel gave him a discerning look that was eerily similar to their mother. "Ray, we've got to go back." He began to explain how they would risk waking up the neighborhood dogs, but Rachel shook her head and interrupted. "Take me back to Severn's chamber, and let me show you how to open the green wheelie." This was almost too much for Ray to bear, and he began to sweat profusely. She may have been to Severn's lair to witness the pledging, but how did she know about his guarded chamber? And where did she get off bossing him around anyway? Did she think she was going to steal his thunder and ruin his chance to be pledged by their father? Rachel could tell Ray worshipped their father. Ray would always find a way to be near him during Severn's speeches. The two of them would speak softly to avoid drawing attention, and Ray would receive a morsel of food in secret. Rachel found it endearing to see her father express his love this way. She wished for a way to bring their father home. Rachel had escaped detection each night by leaving before Ray and the other dismissed pledges. On the night she told her family about Ray and their father, she had noticed something different. At the close of the ceremonies, as per his routine, Severn slipped into the darkness behind his inner guard. Before he had gone completely, Severn looked back upon his growing army with a smile so wide that the emerging light of the morning flashed against his immaculate teeth. Severn had paused just long enough for her to make out the form of an antechamber. Somewhere back there in the shadows was a private chamber, housing the leader and guarding his treasure. Ray reacted incredulously to Rachel's direct plea to save their father. "What? Dad needs saving? He's trying to save you and the rest of the family. Rachel? Oh, I might as well tell you." Ray continued to patronize her. "I'm training to take Dad's place. Ever since he left, I think Mother has been unsure of our family's safety. We both know Ricky couldn't scare a butterfly. You still looking for an explanation? Or his mom?" Ray felt he was regaining control of the situation. Time was running out, so Rachel spoke plainly. "Ray, Severn serves himself, and Father is being used. I've witnessed how jealous Severn's advisors are and how he uses their insecurity to manipulate them. Look, we can talk about that later. Get me near that green wheelie, and I'll get her done." Ray thought it hilarious to hear Rachel talking like a pledge. Get her done? Boys bigger than me couldn't get her done. Rachel knew too much about his secret society, but instead of outing her as a spy, Ray thought she'd get her just desserts all right. He would let her humiliate herself on the green wheelie. That would shut her up. Ray made Rachel swear on their father's life she would never speak to anyone about what she knew, and if she failed to open the green wheelie, she wouldn't get another crack at it. "One shot is all. You follow my lead, because I have to sneak you in." "Ha! You're already a pretty good sneak." "You know, Dad tapped me to become our family's breadwinner. He pledged me, right? And one day he figured me and him might open the green wheelie the way Severn and the other advisor do it." "What makes you so sure you can open it?" "Pah! Dad's part of his inner guard and told me where it's kept." Ray was annoyed because he thought Rachel would chicken out and give up on infiltrating Severn's chamber. Much to Ray's chagrin, Rachel would not be dissuaded nor guilted into staying away. She was a terrific pathfinder and had no trouble returning to Severn's lair. She may have been smaller than Ray, but this also made her lighter on her feet. Ray was out of breath when they reached a safe distance in which to view the pledging area. Rachel motioned to Ray to come close to where she had watched Ray and the other pledges on numerous occasions. Ray looked around and realized She had the perfect cover of a dense thicket still within earshot of Severn's orations. They were also within range to smell the precious contents of the green wheelie. Severn's speech from earlier that evening was still fresh in their memory. "Brethren, lend me your ears." Severn relished the spotlight. "Fortune is shifting in our favor. A great many of you may not have become a Turner, but you are nonetheless soldiers who will guarantee our victory over this concrete jungle. We have evolved from our forest-foraging cousins, who have a naive view of the Wookiees' benevolence. We will take back the night. The Green Wheelies have destabilized our territorial pacts with the neighboring regions of raccoons. Now, we are left to fight amongst ourselves in a revolting spiral to the bottom. The Wookiees have created this tragedy of the commons, but once we have brought our population under control and stamped out the pockets of resistance, we will feast, courtesy of the Wookiees' inflated sense of ego. Our triumph will make us owners of a new economy. The Sevenites will be more than just its gatekeepers." Ray failed to appreciate how Rachel had debunked the rigged competition. They both sat in silence, presumably thinking about their next move. While Rachel did calculations in her head, Ray was worried about the sunrise that was lifting their shroud of protection.